was like, shit. I was like, I don't know about that.
What's good, man? Hey, this your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is, man. You know the biz, man. Corey Jackson, aka Problem Child, man. We coming with another episode, man. This is what we do. We got the week with the controversy, them hot topics.
Let's get it started.
You know, we come in live and direct, man. So
That's right.
It's your boy, man, Problem Child, man, sitting next door to my guest, my co-host, man. You know what I'm saying? My brother, like no other, man.
Mr. Webb, you know what I'm saying? We got a hot topic for you guys. Some intellectual strains for your brains. Something that's gonna make you stimulating and in so many different ways that where we explore the archives and the channels of sort of our culture.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing today. Another thing too. Happy Father's Day to all you glorious fathers, amazing fathers.
It is Father's Day.
Yes, it is. It's Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Man. But to your deadbeats, you know what I'm saying?
Happy Father's Day to y'all too, man. Because without y'all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats wouldn't be making
it. That's right.
A
lot of them
do what they do.
Babies, you know what I'm saying? Or making babies with them ugly women that you don't really want to be with.
Yeah,
but you had to be with. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is, man. So, quick before we get started, man, give a shout out to our sponsors, man. Our sponsors out there. So, shout out to April Studios, man, for providing us the facility to do what we do up in here, man, week after week, man. They do a great job.
That's right.
Shout out to True Cuts Barbershop. Y'all ever in Vegas, man, stop through. Get a cut, man. Tell D, tell I sent you, man. They give you 10% off. And if you tell them that you know me, they give you 20% off, man. So tell them Problem Child sent you. They give you 20% off your cut, man. Just walk up in there, True Cuts in Vegas, and say, hey, Problem Child sent you. 20% off.
20% off, you good.
And shout out to the boys over at Self Rep, man. They out here doing what they do in Vegas, man, trying to make the community a safer place, man. So, what you got?
All right, shout out to Uppercut Barbers in 12th and North in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Shout out to G's Clippers on Martha King and North. Shout out to, like I said, Robert Taylor. He made it into the finals. Robert Taylor, he's running for city councilman in Las Vegas.
City councilman, not to be confused with the projects in Chicago.
He's running for city councilman, you know what I'm saying, in Las Vegas. He made it to the primaries. So he beat his opponent by 6 votes.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
So every vote matters. With that being said,
I don't know who he is, but shout out to him, man. Keep doing what you do, baby.
He has his own barbershop as well. He's a master barber.
He'll give us a discount?
Yes, I think he'll give us a discount.
If we give him a plug?
Of course. So you say you mentioned me, get 1% off.
No taxes. Pay no taxes
at all.
Basically. Go to the barbershop, mention Mr. Webb, man, that you seen him on the show, and they'll give you 1% off. You don't pay no taxes when you go up and get your hair cut, man. That's
exactly.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? He might even tell you a little story, too. Right, he's a party promoter. There you go.
Yeah,
promoted over 300 parties.
Oh, that's what's up, man. No shit.
That's right.
That's what's up, man. All right, man. Good deal, man. Hey, so today's topic, man, we talking about, this was a little controversial. We were supposed to have a couple people on the show today, but they couldn't make it, man. So this one here is a little controversial. We're talking about black people in America. They still oppressed, right? For me, this is kind of touchy, man. I'll be honest with you. When I think about oppression, I think about being locked in, not being able to do anything, being confined, being held back. Somebody basically got your foot on your neck. And when I sit back, I look in the community that I was privileged enough to stay in the military. I retired. I came out. I got a decent job, man. I work at 7-Eleven slinging Slurpees.
Hey, man, he's the best Slurpee slinger.
Hilarious.
Man.
I'm just bullshit, man. I don't work at 7-Eleven, man. But I came out of the military, man. I got a great job. But I grew up in the neighborhood, man. A lot of the dudes in the neighborhood didn't make it, man. But I'm a firm believer in choice when it comes down to a choice, man. So a lot of cats that I grew up with, they went down the wrong path. They had the exact same opportunity that I had. They just chose to take a different course, a different direction. You hear all the talks about the single family, you know what I'm saying, being raised in a single family. I grew up, my mother, she was there. My uncles were there. But firm believer, they say it take a village to raise a child, man. But when it comes down to the repression thing, man, I believe that we as black people in America, we're not oppressed. The only thing that's holding us back is us. There's a lot of opportunities out there for people to advance, to excel. We just blowing that opportunity. We're not really taking it. So what's your thoughts, man?
My thoughts are totally the opposite. I understand being a man of history. I understand, just like during Reconstruction,
Right.
after 1877, the Great Compromise, the Northern troops, the North pulled the troops out of the South, and all the progress that Black people made from 1864 to 1877, being senators, congressmen, lawyers, and mayors and governors of the Southern states, all their privileges was taken away from them.
Right, but
And
that was then. I'm talking about now.
Hold on. And even the civil rights that was passed at that particular time, because they thought, remember, so you have a gap between 1864 to 1877,
Right.
where we think that everything is okay. Mind you, during that time period, the client was actually was giving birth during that time period. So, and then you go from 1877 to I think
This was pre-industrial revolution.
hold on. 1893. Well, all the progress that black people made, you didn't see another black senator until I believe 1990 something.
No,
So hold
no.
on. Yes,
Because in North
yes.
Carolina they had
No.
You think about it.
I think it was Carol Moseley Brown from Illinois. No,
way before her. Man.
No. After the Civil War, I mean, after the Great Compromise of 1877, you didn't see a black senator for a long, almost 100 years before you got another black senator. I know that the Congressman Adam Clayton Powell,
Yeah.
that was in Congress from Harlem, New York, he was very implementary. But let me get you back to the historical perspective. You had the Great Compromise of 1877, where all the Norths took off the troops, and then you had this white supremacy that flooded
Mr.
and
Wade.
suppressed us. Hold on, and then you go to shoot, you had the you just threw me off.
Yeah, because you throw me off.
Hold on,
We talk about present day. We ain't talking about the 1890s.
I'm going to show you. Remember, Frederick Douglass said, "If those who are doomed of history repeats itself.
History repeats itself.
If those who don't remember it."
Right.
So, what I'm saying that we're a product of, because I remember you said you're in the military, right?
Absolutely.
And you don't feel Western. But I remember from history. I remember when W. Du Bois and Adam Clayton Powell was trying to change the military, because at one point in time you didn't get the GI Bill.
Okay.
Hold on, you didn't get the GI Bill. Hold on. You didn't get the GI Bill. The Social Security was written that 70% of black folks could not participate in it. Plessy versus Ferguson, I was going to. Plessy versus Ferguson separated everything.
Yes.
Woodrow Wilson gets first Southern president, gets into the White House. He segregated everything on a federal level.
Yes.
So that pushes even further back, right? You had Red Summer, and then you get Brown versus Board of Education passed in 1954, and then it takes it all the way to 1964 for the Civil Rights
movement. Yes.
So basically, what we're doing is we're the generation that actually walks into a house of civil rights that we built, and we acting like this house was already here, but it wasn't already here. And just like right now, they reverse affirmative action.
Listen.
I believe that the Fair Housing Act of 1967, where black folks can live everywhere they want to, that's going to be reversed, and you're going to be subjected to moving to a black area. All the progress that we made previously is going to be taken away, because why? History is repeating itself, just like what's it called?
But here's the thing: when you talk about history repeating itself, and let me give you a little bit. Appreciate the history lesson, right?
Okay.
For bringing this back up from 1776, from the Emancipation Proclamation up to present day. Appreciate all that, but we're talking about present day.
Present day.
Webster's Dictionary defines oppression as a state of being subject to unjust treatment or control. Only people controlling us is us.
No, that's not necessarily true. That's not
Who's
necessarily
controlling
true.
us?
The black middle class hasn't grown since 1972.
I consider myself middle class.
I know, but you're a product of that civil rights movement too, as well.
Man, I'm a
You're a product. I don't care. You're a product of A. Philip Randolph. You're a product of W. Du Bois. You're a product of the 1964
I'm
Act,
a product of
Civil
my
Rights
mom,
Act. Civil Rights Act. You're living in a nice community. You have a nice mortgage
Yes,
because of the Navy Watson name. Because of
Nothing
these
got to
acts.
do with it.
Hold on, because if you were born in 1945, after the World War II, the GI Bill, you wouldn't have none of this.
Listen,
because
GI
you know what?
Bill ain't
The
making my
red lining that was created.
GI Bill ain't taking my crib.
The GI Bill, I know, but the
GI Bill sent me to school.
The benefit,
And I ain't even
but you
use
could-
it. I ain't
But you
even
couldn't.
use it.
You couldn't even get that.
I didn't use the GI
But
Bill.
hold on, think about those who can get that. Think about all the white people who was under World War II that came home. They got opportunities to pass down generational wealth because they had opportunity to get houses. But because of the red lining and stuff, black military people didn't have that opportunity. Therefore, they couldn't pass down generational wealth.
We talking
So
about
we're
present
talking
day.
even present day. They're breaking all that apart.
No.
CRT,
Lies.
you see the affirmative action is gone. The Voting Rights Act is gutted. Is gutted. Hold on.
So what did affirmative action do?
Hold on.
What did it
Affirmative
do?
action. Hold on. Because you know what? Harvard University went from 1% minority to 6% black. And part of 6% black at Harvard University was Clarence Thomas, Cornel West.
What did he
and
do?
hold on.
What did either one of them do?
Hold on. Well, Cornel West.
Clarence Thomas. What is he doing right now?
Clarence
So thanks
Thomas,
to
hold on.
affirmative action, what is he doing right now?
Clarence Thomas is a reflection of
A bad law.
of white
Hey,
supremacy.
a bad law.
Hold on. Clarence Thomas is a reflection of white supremacy.
Lies.
That's what it is. Thurgood Marshall was a reflection of black empowerment. So they had to replace him when he passed away with somebody who represented white supremacy. I yield the floor. Go ahead.
This dude here, man. Hey, you on one today, man. You must be hungry. I think his blood sugar low. But anywho, hey, we got a couple of folks on the line, man. Let's go ahead and open it up, man, and see. Because I totally disagree with you today, man. I don't know what's going on today, man. Perhaps it's Father's Day. Maybe you need a hug. Man.
No.
You need a hug?
I'm just
I disagree with you, man. Hey, but hold tight. But let's see what we got on the line here, man. Let's see what we got here, man. Hey, welcome to the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, we know. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? Uh-oh, he got a bad network. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We can't hear you.
Yes, there he is.
Can't hear you. Hold tight. We got somebody else chiming in on the line, man.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yeah.
we can hear you, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. What's up, man?
Man, look at that, man. I had to dial in like it was CNN network, man. You know
Look
what I'm
at
saying?
God. Huh? Won't he
Look,
do it?
won't he do it? Yes, man. Amen. Yeah, man.
What's going on,
Yeah.
man? Tell us about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You've been on the show before, but tell us about
Yeah, I've been on the show
where
before, man. K. Ferg, man. Retired veteran, United States Navy, man. Tapping in from San Antonio, Texas, man. Hey, it's a pleasure to be here with you gentlemen, man.
Hey, my man, 50
Yeah.
grand, man. Hey, welcome back to the show. Glad to have you. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Go Tigers. Huh?
Oh man, yeah. Go back to the zoo.
Hold on, man. We got
Yeah.
somebody else on the line, man. This here's gonna be a good one. Hold on, but let's see what else we got, man. All right, man. Keep the same energy. Welcome to the show, man. Tell us a little about yourself, where you from, where you represent.
Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you, man. Invite me on the show. Name Brian, man. Alabama, Roll Tide. Down here in
Oh,
San
man.
Antonio with
man.
my homie.
Hey, Brian, we about to drop you off the show right now, brother. One thing we don't do on this show, huh? We don't scream that. Huh? That's one thing we don't do, brother.
Hey,
That man said roll
Roll
tide.
Tide.
He
I'm
came
like,
in
what
on
is
the
wrong with
show.
that? I'm like, no.
Not even, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, what he do, where he from. That man holler
Oh,
roll
man.
tide, man.
Okay,
Really?
that was
damn.
Really?
the injury. That's what set black folks back right now.
That's the reason why
That's
we
what black
oppressed
folks
right now.
because of that. Goddamn Roll Tide. That's
The
what
ultimate
we never
disrespect.
get over.
Ultimate disrespect, man.
Oh, man. Hey, well, now I'm retired Navy too. Also down here in San Antonio with the homie K. Ferg over there.
Man,
Yeah, man.
shout out to San Antonio, man. Shout out to Torchies. If y'all watching, man, y'all check it out, man. Hey, send your boy a Baja shrimp taco, man, on flour tortilla.
Hey, amen.
Yeah. So the topic of discussion is, man, do we feel like black people are still oppressed in America today? Present day, are black people in America still oppressed? As my co-host was saying back in 1776, absolutely we was oppressed. We was not only oppressed, but we was depressed.
1870. Hey, if you was a governor in what's the name, you could say this in 1870, you would say that you're not oppressed. But after 1877 and them northern troops moved out, the Klan could move in. Your ass was like, okay, we are oppressed. We all oppressed.
But
But go ahead.
that's 1700, man. So we talking about present day. Do y'all feel like we are as black people oppressed today? Like there's something that's stopping us from moving forward as black people. Okay, Ferg, what's your thoughts? We'll go to you first.
Okay, yeah, man. 2 points, right? So, oppression, as stated, probably doesn't exist, but the infrastructure for it probably still does.
Ooh.
Uh,
About.
so, I mean, It's a pathway in America for oppression if you're not careful, and the choices you make will lead you down a wrong path. And once you
Absolutely.
go down that wrong path, man, it can spiral out of control. You can become a part of the prison industrial complex, single parenthood, for what that's worth. Um, it's just a plethora of things, man, that if you're not careful and you have missteps, of course, once we get in the system, in the justice system, it's probably a lot easier for us to become oppressed and to reoffend and do all those things that keep us in those boxes. But the opportunities in today's society, man, I think is probably the best time to be alive as a black person with all the opportunities that are available, man. There are more millionaires in this time frame than ever before. There's more educated
Right.
black people in this time than ever before. There's more black people that own
But why is
housing.
that? Hold
Why,
on. Yes, why is that? Let me ask you that question.
why,
Because
why, why,
because they're taking
Why
the
you said
opportunity.
hold on? You said that now, but who created the opportunity?
It ain't about who created it.
Hold on. Yes, it is.
Because the,
Hold on. If we're gonna say that there's more millionaires than more educated black people, that means that in past tense there wasn't as many millionaires.
correct.
There wasn't many educated.
absolutely. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
asking the
yeah.
reason why is that?
I agree with
Because
you.
they
Well, hold
chose.
on. I'm asking him. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
That's not all black people.
Why do you feel like
Yeah,
it's
you
more?
broke up.
Why do
I
you
said,
feel like it's more black millionaires and more
it's
educated
black
people
people.
in
Today.
today's
What?
society?
Who created that opportunity?
It ain't about who created
Yes,
it.
it is. Yes, it is.
The
Go,
opportunity
I
go,
was
go,
mean,
presented.
go,
I,
let's see it.
I mean, to answer his point, right? It was people with boots on ground, right?
Thank
We
you.
considered,
Thank you.
uh, uh, but at the same, and also legislation
So,
which allow black
thank
people
you.
to be
Thank
free,
you.
and
Thank you.
and also black people took advantage of their opportunities too. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that
And
part.
Hold on. But the whole thing is, you said initially, you said boots on the ground. That means that mind you, only 10% of black folks participated in the civil rights movement, right? Only 180,000 black folks fought in the Civil War. So a small minority,
Man, listen.
hold on, a small minority
You missing the
built a
point.
house, right?
You
In
missing the
the
point.
house of civil rights, opportunity that our grandparents and parents was not allowed to, right?
You missing the point.
So hold on. So that's the
You
opportunity.
missing the
And
point.
you said legislations, right?
mhm.
Legislation. That means that so that you couldn't discriminate against you as a military person as far as going up in ranks.
They still do
As far
that.
as hold on. But as far as denying you certain services, like those who fought in World War II were denied the GI Bill. They can't do that to you. Hold on, you allotted Social Security, which 70% of black folks who, when it was created, was not allowed to. They can't do that to you. But somebody
Yes, they
came,
can.
hold on.
Yes, they
But
can.
somebody, but, no, but they're not.
Yes, they can.
They're not.
Yes, they can.
Hold on, but they're not.
So
But they're
why do you
not.
think they're not doing it?
Hold on, because the majority of black folks who qualify to get Social Security get Social
Still,
Security. As long as you contribute to Social Security, you get Social Security. I have never met a person. I do financials every single day. I never met a black person who didn't get Social Security. That worked, right? But prior to six, like you said, as of today, we have a lot of millionaires, educated black
and
folks.
why is that?
That means that we didn't have because the Civil Rights Act of
No,
1964.
no,
Yes, yes.
no,
If you take those
no,
legislations like you stated,
no,
hold on, like you stated,
no.
those boots on the ground like you stated, and according to what Corey said, these educated and these millionaires should have always exist,
So let me ask you a
right?
question.
According to hold
Let me
on.
ask, hold on,
Let's take it
let me
out.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Right? I cook a plate of food, right? I cook a plate. Hold on. I cook a plate of food. I slide it in front of you. You got the choice to either eat it or don't eat it. Right? It's the exact same thing. Now I get it. Yeah, there was laws that was put into place, the
You don't
Civil
get
Rights
it.
Act that was put into place. But again, we as black folks, we have to take that
Wait,
opportunity. We have a choice.
show me your reference.
We had a choice.
Hold on. You see how I reference history and time? Wait.
Hey,
You show me a time. You show
break
me
the
a
word
time.
history down.
Hold
His story,
on.
right?
Hold
Hey,
on.
we go.
No, show me a time period where black folks were this educated and there's this many millionaires and billionaires.
And
Show
why
me a
they
time period in our history in this
and why they
country.
educated?
Hold on, where that
Tulsa,
existed.
Tulsa,
I'm
Oklahoma,
like, no.
1929.
Tulsa, Oklahoma got burned down by white supremacists.
But you said
And
show
they
your
killed them.
time frame.
Hold on, it didn't last that long.
But you said show your time frame.
Hold on, it didn't last that long.
But you said you asked
But
Brian.
great thing. Tulsa, Oklahoma, right?
Brian.
Tulsa, Oklahoma got burned down Thousands of black people got killed. Why? Because the biggest and 100 years of lynching was written by I.D.B. Wells and W. Du Bois because they were lynching and killing black folks, and they weren't lynching and killing the ignorant people, or the uneducated people. They were lynching and killing the black business owners, the black educated people who was a threat to white supremacy.
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
ahead. So
Absolutely.
according if we
Absolutely.
if we didn't have the
Yeah.
legislations like you stated. And the boots on the ground from 1864 from 1964 and 1955, we wouldn't be living in this condition and having the opportunity that we have.
Let me ask you a question. Because they got laws against racial discrimination.
But
Right?
because of what?
They got laws against
Yeah,
discrimination, right?
yeah.
Is it still happening?
Yeah, it's not happening as it once was.
I rest my case.
There's a book called 100 Years of
Brian.
Lynching. Go
Brian,
ahead.
your thoughts
Go
on
ahead,
it.
Brian.
Your thoughts on it. Go ahead, B.
Hey, I feel like to a certain extent, yeah, we all still under pressure, man. But I feel like it's more
Thank you.
our mentality right now, though. That's what it's more about, mentality. We holding our own stuff back now. You know, our people in the past, you know, they went through all that for us to, you know, to make us somewhat free now. You know, like so now, but now, like you know, our mentality, we're giving all these other people power, saying, you know, that's holding us down. When now we can go out and say, no, we're not worried about you. We're gonna go over there and take control of something.
Right.
And lift ourselves up. That's a big thing too. We holding each other back. So a lot of holding each other back instead of helping each other lift each other up.
So it's a choice, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's a choice.
Brian. Can I counter that real quick?
Go ahead, count.
All right.
Go ahead, count.
We always had in Louisiana they had the black militia. Black militia was created to suppress and to quell any black liberations or slaves trying to overcome slavery. Any black what's the name they did that. That existed then. That exists now. That form of oppression. There was black folks who fought for the Civil War and fought against on the North. There were black folks who were servants under the Confederates. There were black folks
But
who
you
fought.
keep bringing up
Oh,
stuff that
wait! I have to because
No,
we
you
can only
don't.
yes
Because
we
we're
do.
talking about present day.
Hold
We're
on,
not
hold on.
talking about.
Let me carry it.
Was you there? Was you there in 1865?
Well,
Was
hold
you
on.
there?
See, you cut me
In
off. You know what?
1900,
You cut me off 'cause I'm making a good point.
You was born in
See,
1974.
hold on.
What year you was born? 72.
72.
72. So how do you know?
I study history. Listen,
But
the whole
history.
thing is that oppression mindset has always existed. Those oppressive people within our community has always existed. Remember, I told you only 10% of us actually participate in the civil rights movement. That means that 90% of us are benefited off of what 10% of us actually did. Therefore, hold on, and only 180,000 of black people fought in the Civil War, but all of us, but 2 million people were free behind
Did you
that.
fight the Civil War? Why you ain't fight the Civil War?
My grandfather did.
Why you ain't fight?
My
Why you ain't fight the
grandfather,
Civil
hold
War?
on. My grandfather fought the Civil War.
Why did you fight it?
Hey, listen, my grandfather, and I'm allotted his what's the name?
Why did
because
you
of that.
fight in the Civil War?
Because my grandfather.
No.
fought the Civil War.
But why did you fight
Because
in the Civil War?
it doesn't matter. Hey, that's irrelevant, right? History repeats itself. And what we're doing under Donald Trump is elected, you're gonna watch the deconstruction. It's happening right now in Florida. Hold on. You watch the deconstruction. Yeah, he only appointed 5 black federal judges and 131 white federal judges. Right? And Biden and there was unqualified. You're gonna see history repeat itself because you know why? We take history for granted. Go ahead.
So, but that's the past. Now, we got to learn from the past, and we're moving forward.
We're not learning from the past. We're not learning from the past.
Then how we got so
We're being
many-
like you, Corey.
Then how we got so many black millionaires
You're
and
not.
so
You're
many
not.
educated
You're not even acknowledging the past. He doesn't. You're not believing that it's a house of civil rights that allowed us these opportunities. I explained
You
to
got to back. You got to back. You get a little bit of feedback.
Okay.
Listen,
Listen.
I'm acknowledging the past.
No,
I
you're not.
understand. Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
But here's the thing: when you talk about history repeating itself,
You don't
we're
understand.
smart enough right now as black people to understand what happened in the past. That's why you have so many educated black folks today. Because back in the day, we weren't allowed to get educated. That's why you have so many millionaires present day. We're talking about present day. I ain't talking about in the past. I asked you, did you fight in the Civil War? You couldn't answer. Did you fight in the Civil War?
Hold on.
You did.
Hold on. But you're not acknowledging.
I am acknowledging.
Hold on. The
Shout out to the
legislation-
folks that fought in the Civil War.
Hold on. The legislation that was passed in 1964. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Because you know what? Because you walk into a house that you think that was already constructed. But if we were to go, if those legislations, the Fair Housing Act, was to be removed, if affirmative action was to be removed, if the bills for the military that was passed for African Americans and stuff, that y'all can actually retire and do all the other stuff to be removed, you
So,
wouldn't be. Hold on.
so
You would not be. You would not be saying that same song.
yes, I would.
You'll be on the west side,
Yes, I would.
going in the back of the casinos,
No.
going in the back of the casino because you weren't allowed to stay in the casinos. You weren't allowed to go to the front door. We talk about 1965. But go ahead.
So what you
But
we gonna bring this, but
we
so what you
acknowledging
saying
the
is
past. We're acknowledging the past by saying we're gonna learn from the past.
How is that?
Thank you.
How are you
You know
learning
what
from
I'm
the past?
Because you telling
He's
us
not-
about it.
Hold on.
Because you
He's
telling us
he's
about
not
it.
even acknowledging it.
I'm acknowledging it.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No,
But-
he's not. No, he's
Yeah,
not.
no,
He's
by
not acknowledging.
saying we're gonna learn about the past, and that means we're acknowledging that things happen. We need to learn from the past to make
So
sure
do you
we
think
can
that?
in the
Hold on.
future.
That part.
Going back to what's his name? Clark?
K Firm.
K first. Going back to K first.
Feezy.
K Feezy. He said that there was legislation that was passed so that we can be allotted to these opportunities. He stated that, right? One of these legislation. I'm gonna go to K Feezy. One of these legislations was regressed. Was voted down that allowed us opportunities that our children, not us, but our grandchildren, don't allow that opportunity. Then what? K Feezy.
Listen, if they was to do away
Hold on,
with
K Feezy.
if they were to do away with the Affordable
Can't
Care
use it.
Act, I mean the Housing Act, they're not gonna take my house from me.
I know, but they'll pass certain
Yeah,
legislations and stuff. Go ahead.
I mean, it would only be sensible. I mean, if none of these things happen for us, it would be status quo. You know what I'm saying? It would be more the same. None of these things, but they did, and I think that's what's Corey's point, and also Harris's point. They did happen, and now,
Corey's not acknowledging that.
as Harris stated, it's no. I'm saying because like even Harris's to no to Harris's point, right? You could look back at the past, but in order to move forward, you gotta acknowledge the past, right? So obviously acknowledged it because there's a LeBron James, there's a Barack Obama, there's a Kamala Harris, and so on and so forth. But what I'm saying is, I agree. Though I agree with you, but your point also leads into what Corey and Harris is saying. We are here now because of what you're saying.
Right.
But what about
because
those? Hold on.
no. What I'm saying, here's my point though, and I think you missed it. We hold on, we got somebody else on the call, and I think you missing my point. I get what you're saying that yes, we were oppressed back in the 1800s, back in the 1900s, because we wasn't afforded the opportunities to own a house, right? Yes, absolutely. But I'm saying present day, are black people in America, can I not go into a bank and ask for $100,000? Can I not go and get a house? Can I not go and buy a Bentley, right, and put it on 22s? That's when you talk about oppression, right? It's more black people today riding around living way better than they did in the time frame that you was talking about. 1964, black people was riding in the back of the bus. Now they own the buses. Am I right?
You actually,
Right.
hold on. You're absolutely right. But understand this here, like we're going back to as far as history repeating itself,
Yes.
right? And what Frederick Douglass talking about. You're not watching how the Voting Act, the Voting Rights Act.
So you keep bringing up-
Wait. We have to talk about legislation. K. Feezy talked about legislation.
But let's bring this dude in real quick, man. Let's see who else we got on the line here,
I'm
man.
a minority here, but go ahead. I'll be all right.
Yeah, you are
I
a
will be.
minority.
I'm comfortable with that.
You are a minority. Yes, you are. You know what
I'm
saying?
comfortable with that.
Let's see who else we got on the line here, man. What's going on, there, young man? How you doing? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? I think he got a flip phone. Can you hear us?
You talking? I didn't know if you was talking to me because I ain't see my face up there.
Oh, there you go, man. I can tell you one of our older viewers, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, brother. Don't worry, brother. Tell a little bit about yourself, where you from, man, and your thoughts on, do you feel like black people are still oppressed in America today?
Well, I'm from Little Rock, living in Vegas.
That's what's up, man. Shout out
Mm.
to Pig Suey. Pig Suey, them boys from Arkansas Razorbacks, man. Do you feel
Oh,
like
I'm
black
I'm not a Razorback fan though.
you're an LSU fan? Well, shout out to the Tigers, man.
No,
Go Tigers.
no. Philly fan.
Philly who?
Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cut your camera off. Brother, brother. So, do you feel as though in present day black people are still oppressed?
It's kind of hard to say. It
Uh-huh.
depends on which black people you're talking about.
Preach.
Meaning, the black people that's still in the hood or the black people that made it out the hood.
So the black people that are still in the hood, do you feel like they still in the hood because they choose to be there, or they ain't got no choice? Because I'll bring up an instance about black people in the hood. Right? There's a community in Las Vegas that people in Las Vegas are very familiar with. It was Herbert Gerson, right?
Correct.
And it was a known project in Las Vegas. All them black people, they came in. Frank Hawkins, right? Came in and bought that whole community up and tore the projects down. All the black people that was living in the Gerson had to move. If the Gerson was still up, them black people would still be there. But because he came in, tore that whole project development down, all them folks had to move. So he kind of pushed them out. He kind of helped them get pushed along. So do you feel like them folks in the hood are there because they choose to or because they have to?
That's one situation.
Probably because they choose.
My man,
Probably because
my
they
man,
choose to.
my man, my man. We gonna leave your camera on, even though you're a Phillies fan. We gonna leave your camera on, man. Definitely appreciate you coming on the
I'm
show.
going to counter that. So Frank Harkins tore down the Herbert Gersons, and all those Gersons will move to different areas of poverty on the west side and the east side of Las Vegas.
But they moved.
The only thing you did was disperse them. The poverty didn't change, the education didn't change, the income didn't change. You just dispersed the people who was once congregated in one particular area, but nothing changed amongst those people. The poverty and the oppression still follow them to this very day.
So
There's
how
a
do you
book
know
called
that?
there's a book called A Philip Randolph by Randall Robinson called The Debt, and he traces a family who was from impoverished from the 1800s all the way down into the 1990s,
Hey,
right?
just put the news
And
on.
there was and it was talking about how a daughter was smart at home, but she went to school where the teacher labeled her what is it called? Special,
Artistic.
artistic. But she was actually smart. The teacher came from a white suburban school, special ed. The teacher came from a white suburban school. She was a D student teacher. Therefore, and she typecast the black girl because she came from a single mother home, right? Being that she typecast her, that the brightness, the bright girl who was bright at home became discouraged in school academically. This happens. That's another form of what Kay Feasy said, systematic
Systematic oppression.
oppression. That's in high school. That's why black kids are suspended, 4 or 5 times higher than white kids. That's why black kids are receive a higher. There's no slap on the wrist throughout the judicial system. There's no attorneys because most black parents or most single mothers cats who come from single family households, mothers don't afford to can afford to hire an attorney. And so when they go to these courts and stuff, the judicial system, the judges, from the education, that's what they call the president to school, the president pipeline is created because they test the fourth grade testing scores and they determine on how many of those kids are going to wind up in prison
No,
based on your reading scores in the fourth grade.
no.
And those people in the Herbert Gersons, right, they were displaced. The trickle down effects continues.
Hey, so real quick, um, again, we talking about present day, brother. I get what you saying about history. I get what you saying
Yeah,
about.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I do. I understand. I
No, you
understand.
don't.
I
No, you don't.
understand
The
history.
brother who just came in now, he
Who
said,
that?
"What people?" He said, "What people are you talking or referring to? The people who are still living."
Hey, real quick, if I can get y'all to mute your phones until y'all want to chime in. I know.
Somebody got some backdrop,
Yeah. There we go. There we
right?
go. It's probably to do with the flip phone.
Right. But listen, there are some people, as he stated, that because he's from Las Vegas, and he knows these people, and I know these people too, who are generationally who generationally have been oppressed. The reason why they moved to the Herbert Gersons because when they first came here, right, they family didn't have the income to move anywhere else. And so when Frank Hawkins turned down the Herbert Gersons, these kids, those poverty children were displaced in other poverty areas. It could be Vegas Heights.
Where they at?
Vegas Heights.
Where they
It
at?
could be on the east side. I talked to them. Trust me. So with that being said, you just took people and you just spread them out. You didn't
Okay.
change nothing. You didn't say that the black income has grew. You didn't say
It
that
hasn't.
hold on. Vegas is ranked number 48 in the state
Education.
for education.
Education. 48th in the country.
So in the country.
Yes.
So that didn't change. So nothing changed just because you tore down the property if you didn't build up the mind.
So let me
You
ask
could
you a
tear down
question.
you could tear down a project, but if you don't build the mind, you just
So let
spread
me
people
ask you a
out.
question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Because you're right. Nevada is ranked one of the lowest when it comes down to education. The population of black folks making over $50,000 is bare minimum. The average income for black folks is $42,000 a year, right? For the average income. I agree with you 100% to what you're saying. I agree with you what you're saying about the laws that was passed, 100%. But here's the thing: we're talking about present day. When you talk about it in the 1960s, the Roe versus Board of Education, black folks weren't afforded the opportunity to go to the white schools. Black folks wasn't afforded the opportunities to attend the PWIs, right? They couldn't do that. So what I'm saying is, right now, present day, can my son attend Harvard? Can my son walk into a bank and go and get a home loan? That's the point that I'm trying to make to you right now. And I get it. Yes, we went through it. We went through it, but we're better people today just for the simple fact, like K. Ferg was saying, history, because of the history that we went through, we understand as black people, we understand what we went through, right? But you got one or two choices. Either you want to take that history and blow it off like some black people are still doing today. Or you're going to take that history and you're going to say, you know what? I'm not going to let what happened in the past happen again. I'm going to put my kids in a better school. I'm going to put myself in a better situation where I can get a better job. Right? I'm going to take my kids out of the Gerson and I'm going to move to West Las Vegas or to North Las Vegas to give my kids a better opportunity. So what I'm saying is, it's folks out there that are choosing to continue to be oppressed. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Okay.
It's a choice.
I love the way you started off with that your children have a.
You like that? Statistics?
Yeah, I would say
Every now and again I
it's
come
kinda,
through, man.
Right, it's kind of skewed, but in regard to going to Harvard, right? Anybody, if you're paying attention to today's current affairs, you know that the affirmative action in college was reversed, and was reversed so that the affirmative action, hold on, in the PWIs, the affirmative actions that would allow the people to go to these elite colleges and stuff, we reversed, and we saw the drop of
Predominantly
black
white institutes.
Yes.
PWIs.
Right. We saw the drop of people attending those schools.
And why is that?
And because there's a white man who used some Asian people to contest that they was being discriminated because they was because of
affirmative
black
action.
because of affirmative action. When in actuality that wasn't the case, because even once affirmative action was reversed in college and stuff, our numbers dropped, and guess who else number dropped? Those Asian people number dropped, because why? They didn't recognize the House of Civil Rights that allowed them the opportunity to do that. And so what I'm saying is that we're having even the critical race theory. Are you anybody familiar with the critical race theory situation? I'm actually these gentlemen. Are y'all familiar with the critical race theory? Anybody?
They
All right.
phone
They can hear me.
muted.
They can hear me. They can hear
They
me.
disagree with what you're about to say.
No. They don't hear me.
Like far as what? Like the curriculum of critical race theory being taught
Yeah,
in
as far as
schools?
in the critical race theory was that is a legislation that was passed. There's passed in several states that you can't teach Black history in schools. You can't teach in Florida. They were showing they're teaching how there was some good things that come out of being slaves in America under Governor
Hmm.
DeSantis, right? And they
Right.
were saying that these certain Black books, history books that talk about the past, we can't teach that. We can't celebrate break that. and they're banned in these states, and it's almost
Hmm.
like damn, almost 50. So that's what that does. That takes a step back with affirmative action being destroyed in college. So that 6% that we go from the 1% of Harvard to 6%, we're taking a step back. And what I'm saying that we're on the path where the legislation that was provided previously, that legislation that you talked about, KVZ,
Hmm.
all those legislations are being reversed. So therefore, we're under our second Reconstruction. What I explained to you earlier, how all the civil rights that was passed in 1864, 1865, and in 1877, all that stuff is reversed. We're going through that same
Well,
thing. Go ahead, I'm listening. I yield
but
to you.
but but I mean, all of that stuff is a voting issue at the local level. You know what I'm saying?
But
Um,
Go
I
ahead.
love the
Let
way you
talk.
said it. Go ahead. I'm
yeah,
gonna let
yeah,
the
at the
vote.
local level, right? And here's why I say that, right? Yeah, maybe y'all can Google this. When is DeSantis up for re-election?
I think wasn't he trying to run for president this year?
Yeah,
He was trying to run for president, but that race was dropped out. But what my point is, he will probably still be in office. Now, with all this going on, all these rollbacks, all this, oh, you can't teach Black history, we're getting rid of books. Why aren't Black people or people in general voting these people out of office, right?
we,
Because you're supposed to be our
and,
representation of what we want in government at the
and
local,
you bring up
state, federal,
you bring
etc.
up a valid point. But let me tell you what current day history is. 50% of the black males in Florida are felons, right? In Florida, they voted that felons can vote. The Republican Party that's in the state of Florida voted that they had to pay a poll tax of $200,000 in order to vote.
So what's
So
wrong
those
with a felon voting?
hold on. So you can't vote in Florida.
Okay, but you got a man right now getting ready to run for
Hold on,
president.
hold on, hold
He's
on.
a felon.
Hey, different strokes for different folks, right?
Ah,
Hold on. My skin is my sin, right? So with that being said, if 50% of the black males in Florida can't vote, they put a poll tax that said that they have to pay $200,000. What's the name of a poll tax fee in order to get the votes? So now you talk about 50% of those black men people you're talking about that doesn't even have the right to vote in that particular state because they don't have the 200 some thousand dollars. And that's a legislation
but that's
that's
a
called,
state law.
hold on, that's called voter suppression,
That's a
right?
state law.
And the reason, hold on.
State law, right?
Let me take you to the Supreme Court where federal law is done. If you remember, I told you the Civil Rights Voting Act was gutted, right? I explained to you it was
Hmm.
gutted by
Hmm.
Justice Randall, Robertson, right? So prior to 1860, wait, let me see. In 1964,
Here we go with the
they
history
said
again.
the states that had generational oppression and that practiced slavery, the federal government was supposed to monitor the voting polls in no particular state. Because he reversed that policy, now we have states like Florida, states like Alabama, states like different states. Well, even you're in Alabama, right,
Nah, he in San
Brian?
Antonio.
But you're from Alabama, right?
Yeah, War Eagle.
Yes, I am. I'm from Alabama.
All right. In Alabama,
War
in
Eagle.
1950, hold on, let me explain something. 2017, they had a thing called moral substitute in Alabama that black folks can vote. I mean, no, that black folks who was committed a crime can vote. Not that they was fun, but committed a crime. It was called a moral substitute, created during segregation, Jim Crow. It was created during Jim Crow to suppress the NAAC and the ADL forced them in 2017 to
Bring it
define
right.
what a moral substitute was, and they found out and they said, well, if anybody had committed murder or treason, therefore 15% of black males was allotted the right to vote. The black woman went to the Republican Party in Alabama and told them, Roy Moore was, if you from Alabama, you know what Roy Moore is. He said
He's
that
from the state.
he's a senator who said that every amendment after the
Bring
10th
it down.
Amendment, hold on,
Bring it down.
okay, he said every amendment after the 10th Amendment
You
should
need
be
feedback.
abolished,
Bring it back.
right? He said every amendment after the 10th Amendment should abolish. That means we should go back to slavery, no voting rights. But because when the sisters went to the Republican Party, said you need to tell everybody that they can vote because of there's a lot of people who haven't committed murder that don't vote because of this moral substitute. And a lot of people who didn't do treason who can't vote. But the Republican Party said we don't have the time. So all those black women in Alabama went to door to door and would tell people to register to vote. And 50% of those black males in Alabama was able to vote, and they voted Roy Moore out of office because of legislation. So when I say that, hold on. When you say that legislation,
I love your history
I just gave you a history lesson of how.
Again, another history lesson.
What's wrong with history? Because they help us.
Hold tight.
Go ahead.
I love your passion.
He's from Alabama. He's from Alabama, so I just gave him about his own state. Go ahead.
War Eagle
2017.
War Eagle fan.
But
I love your
we talking about-
history.
we
I love
talking-
your passion. But again, you're missing the point, right? And all these laws, even with DeSantis. Quick question: how did DeSantis get into office?
Because of the black dude that what's the name?
But how did he get in office?
He got voted in.
He got voted in. All the laws that you were talking about right now, can they pass those laws without voting on them? So
Yes,
when
they can.
no, they can't.
And in the state of Alabama, the redistricting was voted wrong. Wait. Let me make my point before you cut me off. In the state of Alabama, the redistricting was wrong, and they favored the
They do that all the time.
white
Arizona.
zones. Hold
Arizona.
on.
They call
But
it
the
Arizona.
Supreme Court
Yeah.
said that it was wrong, and they must change the map. The state of Alabama said, forget the Supreme Court. We're still doing what we want to do.
let me
This is
ask you a
Alabama. So that was federal,
Let me
and
ask you
federal
a
supposed to
question.
come state.
Let me ask you
So
a
go
question.
ahead.
Let me ask you a question again.
That's today's society. That's
Let me ask
today.
you a question again. How did this happen?
How does this happen?
Yes.
What do you mean? The Supreme Court is not. Hold on.
No.
The state.
How did the people that are in office right now that are making up the laws get there?
Because a majority of people, white folks voted them in.
A majority of white folks voted them in.
Yeah.
So no black people voted them in?
A small minority.
Okay, small minority of black folks voted them in.
If that's minority,
But let me ask you a question.
still.
Let me ask you a question because you talk about history,
Mhm.
right? And I'm talking about present day. Are
This
black
is
people,
present day.
I'm talking about present
But I'm
day.
talking present day too.
I gave you the mic.
Okay, go
I
ahead,
gave you the
go
mic.
ahead, go ahead.
I'm talking about present day. Are black people still oppressed?
Yes.
So even though you said a small percentage of those black people voted for them people in 1964, to add to your argument, black people wasn't even able to vote. So even though they voting and they voting for the wrong laws, when you talk about oppression, they weren't able to vote back then. Now they're making the choice. They have the choice to vote, and they still making the wrong decisions. This is the point I'm trying to make to you. We have the choice to do what we want to do, and even when you giving them the choice, there's some black folks out there that's still making the wrong decision with it.
Okay, let me my rebuttal.
Go ahead.
There are certain states that are historically Republican. Alabama is one of them.
Yeah,
because
president.
black folks are not the
They're not going
majority
to
of
the
it.
polls.
Right. In Arkansas, black folks are not the majority of those, and the majority of whites in Arkansas vote that way. The majority of Texas of white people vote that way. In
The South
Florida,
period.
the South period. Right. So with that being said, regardless of how we voted or what number we voted, we couldn't change anything.
Is
And
that-
that, hold on.
So do you
Florida,
vote? So do you
I
vote?
vote, but I live in
Do you
I live
vote?
in a Democrat. Of course, I vote every single time.
What you just said about voting, we can't change
Hold
that.
on,
So I vote.
hold on. See what you're doing. You see that? He went from a Democrat. I live in a Democratic state, right?
Recently
These are
made.
hold on. We're talking about these historically states that historically oppressed people, and they're historically have been Republican for all this time. Yet,
Prior to Harry Reid, Nevada was a red state.
Yet he discredited. I said in 2017, where the moral substitute in Alabama and how those 15% of black folks could vote. He didn't acknowledge that. That was 2017. That's not.
I'm talking about 2024.
Hold on. Even 2024 in the state of Wisconsin, right? Legislation was passed.
Cheese state.
The cheese state, right. In the state of Wisconsin.
They still fighting over cheese.
Hold on. No. They're not
Is
fighting
Aaron
over cheese.
Rodgers still out there?
No, he's going along.
He left. That's how horrible Milwaukee is.
The redistricting in Wisconsin
Wisconsin is that bad. Aaron Rodgers left.
was so bad.
Did
was
Brett
so-
Favre
hold
ever pay that
on,
money
hold on.
back that he
You
owed?
see what he doing?
Brett Favre
What he
paid
doing? You
money
see what
back
he
he owed?
doing? You see what he doing? That's called deflecting. He's
I'm
deflecting
saying,
because I'm making a historical point on today's society, and he doesn't want to sit there and challenge that.
you
I'm going today.
you
I'm
talking
going
about
to talk about today.
you
Let's
talking
go
about
today.
history. You talking about
I'm
history.
talking
I'm
about right
talking
now.
I'm
Right
talking about
now.
present day.
so
No,
that
Wisconsin.
you
Hold
ain't
on.
said
Hold
nothing
on.
about
so
2024.
that
We talking
law.
I'm
about
talking about
June.
2024 right now.
We talking
I
about
talked
June
about. Hold on.
16th,
I talked about Alabama.
2024.
I talked about Alabama right now.
Okay.
So I'm talking about Wisconsin. The same voting district discrimination that exists in Alabama exists in Wisconsin. The same Republicans that run Alabama, the white people that run the oppression that runs Alabama runs Wisconsin. The Supreme Court, in the state Supreme Court in Wisconsin, voted that they must change the redistricting law to fit the ballots evenly. Because the way Wisconsin got it set up, regardless if we voted them 60 to 40, they still would have the majority of the state senate.
So you
So
feel
they
like
was hold on.
so you
That's
feel like
called
that's an
voting.
oppression?
Yeah, it is. You think that is?
Okay.
If 60% of your hold
I
on,
disagree.
K Fizzy, if 60% of the people voted, like Hill Courtney said, voting right, if 60%
Hmm.
voted to a Democrat, right, and still,
Hmm.
regardless of 60%, the state legislation is still majority Republican.
So how's that
Do
stopping
you
you from
think?
buying a
Do you
house?
think? Do you think? You think that is
How's that
that an
stopping you?
oppression?
How's that from stopping
Wait,
you
wait,
from
wait, wait,
buying a
wait,
house?
wait, wait! Don't deflect. He's deflecting. He's deflecting. Understand his tactics.
Voter
I'm asking you a
voter
question. I'm asking you a
suppression.
question.
Go
Huh?
ahead.
I asked
We're
you a
talking
question.
about voter suppression.
Yes.
My understanding of the voter suppression is making it difficult for a group of
Thank you.
people to vote.
Let me finish.
Thank you.
Let me finish.
So
But no,
if
you
he didn't even ask
understand.
my question directly. Hold on,
You
because
asked him what is voter oppression.
you see what he's doing. He's
You
interrupting
asked
me when I ask a question because he's trying to
you asked him what voter.
undermine my
No,
questioning. Yes, he's
no,
doing. Yes, he's doing. Listen,
no,
listen. Let me explain this to you. If
no.
I said that 60% of black people are the Democratic Party win are the majority of a particular state, but regardless of if we voted this way, the state senate will still be a majority Republican because you have legislation.
But what does that
The
have to
voting,
do?
hold on. The
What
voting,
does
no,
that have to
I'm
do?
at the K Fizzy because see what he's doing. I'm making a valid point.
You're not.
I am,
You're
I
not. And
am,
what
I
you do?
am.
What you
What are
doing?
you
You talking?
doing?
What you
What are
doing?
you doing? He
You
said,
talking in
hold on.
circles.
He said I was talking in the
You
past.
talking in
Could you let me
circles.
finish?
You talk because you
You know,
keep
let me
bringing up the
finish.
same thing. You keep
I
bringing up
can't.
stuff that
I
happened in the
can't.
past. What
Well,
I'm saying
I
is,
said Alabama.
no.
Alabama's
Listen,
today.
listen,
Hold on. Wait, wait,
listen,
wait, wait. You
listen.
see how he said that? Past.
You keep bringing up the past.
He
How is
removed.
that
What about
stopping you from
Alabama?
buying a
What about
house?
Alabama?
How is that
What
stopping your
about hold
kid
on?
from
What about
going to the University
Wisconsin?
of Wisconsin?
What about
What about it?
hold on?
Hey,
What about Florida?
What
well,
about it?
let me speak.
Go
What
Let
ahead.
me
about it?
speak on that law you're
Go
talking
ahead,
about.
Brian. Go
So
ahead, Brian.
that law you was talking about, it didn't say about black people. It's saying something about felonies and people who commit crimes. And you're saying you live in Wisconsin. Probably a lot more majority of more black people who live down in Alabama who are criminal. So it's not necessarily against the black people, but we just got more people down in Alabama who probably has a felony or something like that.
But
So
hold on. They didn't define it. The key word in Alabama, they didn't define it. The ADL and the NAACP made them define what a moral substitute was because that kept black people who committed any crime. I didn't say felon. I said crime. Any
crime.
crime, right? Crime they couldn't vote. Now and basically and so but once they reversed that, you have 15% of more of black folks that could vote. Roy Moore lost the election by
And
15%. So those black folks that's 50% that could vote went out and voted and they changed the state and you voted your
and
first
again,
Democrat in the state of Alabama because of people who
how is that from
understood.
stopping black people in Alabama from buying houses? That's the point I'm trying to make to you. Like I don't know. You keep bringing up voter suppression. You keep bringing up history. What happened with the Tea Party? What does that have to do with present day? Are the black people not allowed to buy houses in Alabama?
In certain areas they're not.
Oh my God. Hey,
In
but
certain areas they're not.
I definitely appreciate y'all, man. This was a good one, man. Brian, man, we
Who
take
the brother down there? He get his point.
who?
This brother here. Let him talk.
What you got there? Mr. Dasty, what you got there, brother? He got a flip phone. He can't really hear. Hey, but I definitely appreciate y'all, man, coming out, man. This is another heated discussion. We got to do a part 2 on this one here, man. So we appreciate y'all coming out, man, taking the time out. We're going to come back to this one here. We got to circle back on this one here.
all right, I appreciate the invite, man.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you for coming out.
What's that left to?
Yeah.
Well, hey, we gonna end this one here, man. This is another heated topic.
Yes, it
Me and
was.
Mr. Webb, we gonna have to agree to disagree on this
Yes,
one
we
here.
got
We're
to,
going
we
to do
got
a
to.
part. We got to do a part 2 on this one here, man. So we're gonna be coming to y'all next week, every week with a new hot topic. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Where were you at, D?
K Ferg, Brian, we're gonna get y'all some merchandise for the show, man, coming out, man. So y'all be on the lookout for that merchandise, man. 2 guys with a topic, man.
Yes,
that being
sir.
said, man, hey,
Good
y'all
show.
be good out
show.
there, man. Be safe out there, man. Keep doing what y'all do.